Baby, won't you walk right in? Sit down. Baby, baby, let your hair hang down. Just walk. Walk. I said keep walking. Baby, baby, let your hair hang down. Everybody is talking. Talk, talk about a new way of walking. More talk. So walk right in and sit right down. And baby, let your hair hang down. Walk right in. Just keep a-walking. Walk right in. I said keep walking. Walk right in. No time for talking. Walk right in.
There's a kind of walk you walk when you feel like growing. There's a kind of walk you walk when you're on your way. There's a kind of walk you walk when your pride is showing. There's the kind of walk you walk when today's your day. There's the kind of walk you walk when somebody loves you. That's very much like walking on a cloud. So Daddy, won't you walk right in? Sit right down. Oh, Daddy, Daddy, won't you, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Walk right in. Sit right down. Oh, Daddy, Daddy, won't you, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Everybody's talking about this brand new way of walking. Walk right in. Sit right down. Daddy, let your mind roll on. Walk right in. Sit right down. Daddy, let your mind roll. Daddy, let your mind, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Sit right down. Sit right down. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, as members of a large family, the most important thing we learned was to love and to share. And right now, here's someone we love, and we'd like to share him with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Durante.
You know, thanks for that introduction, girls. You got a lot of class.
Jimmy, to know you is to idolize you.
Yeah. You know, the next thing you know, you'll want to put me on a pedestrian and worship me.
Jimmy, I'll bet there are a lot of beautiful women who would love to go out with you.
That's right. Women are tearing their hair out over me.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah, but who wants to go out with a bald-headed woman?
Well, Jimmy, you're always surrounded by beautiful girls.
That's right. Even in my dreams. Even in my dreams. And folks, let me tell you about them. I'll see you in my dreams. Hold you in my dream. Someone took you out of my arms. Still I feel the thrill of your charms. Lips that once were mine. Tender eyes that shine. They will light my way tonight. I'll see you in my dream.
lips that once were mine, tender eyes that shine,
Daylight, my way tonight. Good night, Mrs. Teicher.
You are watching Jimmy Durante presents the Lennon Sisters Hour with tonight's guests Ed Ames, David Frye, and Ferrante and Teicher.
Our next guest is one of the great impressionists of all times. He's a TV performer, a nightclub favorite, and has a new hit album called I Am the President. Tonight, he's here to put the imitation flavor in our show. Here they are, David Frye.
You know, one of the fun things about doing impressions is you could pretend that you're someone else in any kind of a situation. For instance, a big guy is 6'4", steps on my feet. I say, "Oh, gee, I'm sorry, my feet got in the way." But it's Kirk Douglas, I would say. Mister, you put your foot like that again. And I'm gonna take my chin and I'm gonna drill a hole in it. You understand that? I'm gonna drill a hole in it with my chinny chin chin. Or I could pretend that I'm another great actor, like Lyndon Johnson. This little fella, David Frye, claims that I am an actor. But believe me, my fellow Americans, you do believe me, don't you? Somebody believe me. I tried hard to be a good king. I can also envision myself as a great movie star by doing impressions like Henry Fonda. Dear son, you ask me my opinion of long hair and beards. Well, many great Americans have worn long hair and beards. Liberace and Tiny Tim. You ask me, is war necessary? All past wars have been dirty, filthy, unfair, immoral, and second-guessed. But history has proven them necessary. Your mother will love you, son, no matter what you do, because your mother's a woman. And I love you too, son, but I must confess I'm not too crazy about your mother. What I particularly enjoy doing with impressions is putting well-known people into different situations. For instance, could you picture Rod Steiger as a newsman? It would probably look something like this, Rod Steiger. Oh, do I have bad news. Oh, do I have terrible news. I have such terrible news. I'm not even going to tell you that terrible news. If you don't start to laugh out there, people, I'm going to machine gun every one of you. You're a wonderful group of people.
because you're such a wonderful group of people, I'm going to bring you a man. I taught this man everything this man knows about acting. This man learned from me. And if you believe that one, I'm going to tell you another one. Mr. Marlon Brando.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I just never forget. I forgot.
Imagine yourself in one of the country's top supper clubs. You're sitting at a ringside table about to enjoy a great singer, and he's singing just for you. Well, tonight we give you all that, plus the fact there's no cover charge. Here is Ed Ames.
135 pounds, but I saw that giant of a man brought down to his knees by love. He was the kind of man that would gamble on luck, look you in the eye and never back up. But I saw him crying like a little whip pup because of love. Can't see it with your eyes, hold it in your hand, but like the wind it covers our land, strong enough to rule the heart of any man, this thing called love. It can lift you up, it can let you down, take your world and turn it all around. Ever since time, nothing ever been found stronger than love. Like me, they struggle and doubt, trouble their mind day in and day out, too busy with living to worry about a thing called love. But when I see a mother's tenderness as she holds her young one close to her breast, and I thank God that the world's been blessed with a thing called love. Can't you see it with your eyes, hold it in your hand, but like the wind it covers our land, strong enough to rule the heart of any man, this thing called love. It can lift you up, it can let you down, take your world and turn it all around. Ever since time, nothing ever been found stronger than love. Stronger than love.
Because it's just my favorite.
Well, I'm glad I chose it.
Well, Janet, last week you said Spinning Wheel was your favorite song. Well, at the time it was.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, you were raving about Put a Little Love in Your Heart.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, that was my favorite.
Oh, no. What are you going to sing for us now, Ed?
Well, how about Try to Remember?
Oh, yeah, I love that song. It's my favorite.
Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and fellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow. Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender and dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember when life was so tender that love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Jimmy, you're such a funny man and you make us laugh so easily. But I think the thing we like almost as much as your comedy is the way you sing.
Well, thank you, Peggy. I appreciate that.
Jimmy, what's your favorite kind of song?
Well, Kathy, to be honest with you, I love to do peppy songs. Inka-dinka-doo, umbriago. But my favorite kind of song is a song that says something. A song with a message. Now, for example, here's a song that says, money isn't everything. Yeah. Now, folks, I'm gonna tell you a story. Please listen to me. The other day I walked into a Broadway store to buy 2 apples. Now the clerk said those apples will cost you $2 a piece. So I gave him a $5 bill. As he was about to give me my dollar change, I said, keep it or even. I stepped on a grape coming in. Well, I tell you, it's certainly a song with a message. Now, here's a sad little song that used to bring tears to people's eyes. It's a love song. Now, a hungry dog once wandered into a butcher store. The butcher, he threw some sausage to that hungry dog upon the floor. Now the butcher to the hungry dog said, eat that. The hungry dog to the butcher sternly said, I decline. For in that link of sausage I see that old sweetheart of mine.
That's really a sad song. But you know, we have a little song with a message. And this song we like to sing whenever we feel we've sort of lost our way.
All right. I'll be listening with ears a dominant.
I forgot the number of my house the last time I went out. I forgot the number of my house, and for hours I roamed about. So I've unscrewed the number from the door, and I've got it here tonight. And all I've got to do is find the door that it belongs to. I'm all right.
Adorable. You know, I can see that we all have the same musical philosophy.
Right.
We like a song with a message, a song that has something to say. We like a song with a message, a song with a thought for the day. So here is a song with a message.
Take it, girls, take it.
And so we take great pleasure in presenting now
The tantalizing torrent.
talent of two men who play piano swell, who do it oh so well and make it sound so swinging, makes you feel like singing. Now the time's upon us, time for you to meet a
Man whose name is Art
Ferrante and his partner, who is known as Louis Teicher. So now with their 20 fingers, here they are.
Ferrante and Teicher.
First you say you do, and then you don't, and then you say you will,
and then you won't. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? Now you wanna play, and then it's no. And when you say you stay, that's when you go. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do?
I've been sitting on a fence, and it doesn't make much sense, 'cause you keep me in suspense, and you know it.
Then you promise to return when you don't, I really burn.
Well, I guess I'll never learn, and to show it.
If you got a heart, and if you're kind, then don't keep us apart. Make up your mind, you're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? First you say you do, and then you don't.
No, you don't.
Then you say you will, and then you won't.
No, you won't.
Undecided now, so what are you gonna do? Now you wanna play, and then it's no.
Then it's no.
When you say you'll stay, that's when you go.
Then you go.
Undecided now, so what are you gonna do? I've been sitting on a fence, and it doesn't make much sense, 'cause you keep me in suspense, and you know it. Then you promise to return. When you don't, I really burn. Well, I guess I'll never learn, and I'll show it. If you got a heart, and if you're kind, don't keep us apart. Make up your mind, you're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? Won't you tell me what you're gonna do?
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for inviting us into your homes every Friday night. This is our last Friday night show because as of Valentine's Day, February 14th, we will be on Saturday nights following our dear friend Lawrence Welk.
And also during these 3 weeks, it gives us a chance to do all the exciting, wonderful things we've always wanted to do on a long vacation.
Yes, I think Dick and I have great plans to clean out our garage.
And with 3 babies in the last 3 years, my husband Lee and I decided we better move into a bigger house. And my husband Dick and I are going to take a second honeymoon with all our children.
We'd like to ask all of you, while we're on vacation for these 3 weeks, to send us some letters and let us know what you'd like us to talk about in our family room segment every week. It would really help us a lot.
Go to my head and you linger like a haunting refrain, and I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. You go of sparkling burgundy brew, and I find the very mention of you like the kicker in a julep or two. The thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea casts a spell over me. Temperature rise like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. Though I'm certain that this heart of mine hasn't a ghost to my head. You go to it ever so humble, there's no place like Louisville, Kentucky. That's the place for fun, Louisville, Kentucky. It's fun for everyone, Louisville. That's the place for me. Am a hummin' on the honeysuckle vine. Sleep, Kentucky, babe. Sandman, am a comin' to this little babe of mine. Sleep, Kentucky, babe. Silvery moon, am shining from the heavens up above. Bobolink pining for his little lady love. You are mighty lucky, babe of old Kentucky. Close your eyes in sleep. Fly. Fly away, Kentucky, babe. Fly away to rest. Fly away. Lay your little curly head on your mommy's breast. Ooh. Kentucky, where once a year the Kentucky Derby, the greatest event in horse racing, captures the imagination of the American public. On Derby Day, Churchill Downs plays host to people from all walks of life.
Mr. Nixon, what horse do you have in this race?
I'm glad that you asked me that question. And I would like to make myself crystal clear about which horse I'm supporting in this very difficult race. At this time of day, this year, at this moment, and make no mistake about that, I have selected the favorite.
But horse racing is a gamble, Mr. Nixon. Suppose it doesn't win.
I'm glad you asked me that question. Now, let me answer that in this way. If I lose my $2 bet, I will join that group of American horse players who lose at the races and never complain. I call them the silent majority.
This animal has a splendid opportunity.
Oh, no, Mrs. Vandergill. I have it on good authority that my horse here is far superior.
I beg to differ, ladies. This magnificent thoroughbred simply outclasses the entire field.
On the contrary, I've got the horse right here. His name is Paul Revere, and he's a guy that says if the weather's clear,
I'm picking Valentine, because on the morning line, this guy has got him figured at 5 to 9.
But look at Epitaph. He wins it by a half, according to this here in the Telegraph.
For Paul Revere, I'll bite. I hear his foot's all right. Of course, it all depends if it rained last night.
I know, it's Valentine. The morning works look fine. Besides, the jockey's brother is a friend of mine.
And just a minute, boys. I've got the feed box noise. It says its great-grandfather was equipoise. Shows
I tell you, Paul Revere. Now, this is no bum steer. It's from a handicapper who's real sincere.
I says Valentine, because on the morning line, the show's guy says the horse can 5 to 9.
So make it Epitaph. He wins it by a half. A can guys is here in the Telegraph. Epitaph.
Valentine. Paul Revere.
I've got the horse right here.
Mr. Humphrey, it's so nice to see you here at Churchill.
Well, little lady, I'd like to say that I'm just as pleased as Punch to be here, and I'm proud to see these proud Americans from every corner of this proud, proud land gathered here today, regardless of the race. I would like to inform those who are not familiar with the terms of the racetrack that the Daily Double is not a drink invented by the mayor of Chicago.
Whoa, girl, take it easy. Take it easy, girl.
Jimmy? Jimmy?
Hello, boss.
Jimmy. Tell me, how does my horse look today, Jimmy?
She's in great shape. Gina Lollibrigadiga should look so good.
Well, I wish I could say the same for you, Jimmy. Tell me, how much do you weigh?
Well, when I stepped on the scales this morning, it says 140 pounds.
Stripped?
No, there was people in the drugstore.
Jimmy, you know, I'm not just an owner and you're not just a jockey. I feel that we're old friends.
Well, what brought you to that conclusion?
Well, you're riding for me. You rode for my father. You even rode for my grandfather.
Oh, yes. I remember your grandfather. I was with him in his final hours when he sold me this watch.
Jimmy, tell me, how come you're still a jockey?
How come I'm still a jockey? I'll tell you how come I'm still a jockey. Because I promised your grandfather I wouldn't quit until I brought home a winner.
Well, Jimmy, today may be the day because you're riding number 9, and 9 is the lucky number.
Right. Take this $50 and put it on number 4.
Jimmy, number 4, you're riding number 9. Don't you want to win?
No. If I win, I lose this job. I like being a jockey for your family. Oh, tell-a-ho.
Kentucky woman, she shines with her own kind of light. She looks at you once in a day that's all wrong, looks all right. And I love her, God, how I love her. Kentucky woman, he gets to know you, she's gonna own you. Kentucky woman, she ain't the kind makes heads turn at the drop of her name. But something inside that she's got turns you on just the same. And I love her, God, how I love her. Kentucky woman, she gets to know you, she's gonna own you. Kentucky woman. Don't ask much. The good Lord's earth beneath my feet. A gentle touch from that one girl, and life is sweet and good, yeah. There ain't no doubt, no. I'm talking about Kentucky woman. She gets to know you. She's gonna own you. Kentucky woman. Kentucky woman. Kentucky woman. Kentucky woman.
And they're off. Kentucky woman breaks to the inside.
Excuse me, honey. That's my horse.
This is the fastest race I've ever seen. They're already in the home stretch. They're coming around the final turn at a furious speed. Uh-oh, they're tiring. Oh, they're really tired. Oh, a mouse just ran across their path. They're off again, but they're in trouble. They forgot to say, may I? Now they're off. Now Kentucky woman is way up front. Now Kentucky woman's falling back. Now Kentucky woman is way up front. Now Kentucky woman's falling back. Now Kentucky woman is way up front, and that's what I call blowing the jack. And the winner is Kentucky woman.
Congratulations, Jimmy.
Don't congratulate me. The honor belongs to this magnificent steed. Kentucky women.
Oh, that finish was so exciting.
The other horses were leading right up to the wire.
And then you took off with a fantastic burst of speed. How'd you do it, Jimmy?
How did I do it? I'll tell you how I did it. I stood up in the stirrups. I leaned over and I whispered the magic word in his ear.
What's the magic word, Jim?
Glue. You deserve a fish. How about a bag of oats for this equestrian beauty?
Jimmy, she only ate an hour ago.
I'm talking about myself. I gotta keep up my strength.
Kentucky woman, she shines with her own kind of light. She look at you once in a day, that's all wrong, looks all right.
And I love her. God knows I love her. Kentucky woman.
When she gets to know you, she's gonna own you. Kentucky woman. Kentucky woman. Oh, Kentucky woman.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for tonight. We want to thank our guests, Ed Ames, David Frye, and Ferrante and Teicher.
May we wish you well. May the good Lord bless you, and may He always send you a happy day.
See you on Valentine's Day. Good night.
Right in, sit right down. Oh, Daddy, Daddy, won't you, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Everybody's talking about this brand new way of walking. Walk right in, sit right down. Daddy, let your mind roll on. Walk right in, sit right down. Daddy, let your mind roll. Daddy, let your mind, Daddy, let your mind roll.
This is Jay Stewart speaking.